Hey guys, welcome in this video. I hope that all of you are doing great. In today's video, we are continuing with the trade breakdown series with a very good trade on GBPUSD. Also, you can see that this is the first trade breakdown video with the new setup. It's actually the first video with the new setup that I'm recording right now. So I'm definitely excited. I hope that you guys are also, just enjoying how it looks, because I think it looks absolutely amazing. So yeah, let's actually get right into today's video. So before I start, as always, if you are not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you do that, so that way you are sure to not miss any new videos coming out. Alright, so as I said, today we will take a look at a very good trade on GBPUSD. So first of all, here is the profit that I made on that trade. It was not very a long-term trade, it was more of a short-term trade, because I took that trade, if I remember correctly, last Friday, and today we are Wednesday. So I've been in that trade for about 3 days, something like that. So it was not a really long-term trade, and I had no long-term vision neither on that trade. So it was initially a short-term trade, and this is what it ended up being. As you saw, I made a pretty good profit, and in today's video, I will, as always, break down the charts for you guys, the analysis, the explanation, and all of that, to give you basically a overall understanding of why did I take this trade and my view of the market at that moment. So just before we get into it, if you would like to learn more about how we trade, work with us directly, and also join our trading group, all you have to do is check out the first link in the description box below, and this will bring you over to my website, which is my trading course, and there you will find all the information about how you can join us. This is also where I break down obviously everything that I do about my trading, my strategy, and all of that at 100%. Obviously, in those short YouTube videos, I cannot do that. I need to reserve a lot of things for my students, and also the purpose of those YouTube videos is really to basically give a overall understanding of how we look at charts for everyone who is interested to start into trading. Whether you are a beginner or even an advanced trader, those videos are for you, just to, as I said, have a overall understanding and just get into trading and understand basically the main idea of how those charts move. So this is always my goal with those videos, and also to provide you guys as much value as I can. But keep in mind that most of the value is actually in the course, obviously, because those are the people that I work with on a daily basis. So it's just perfectly normal that I keep a lot of things for them as well, because those are the traders that I work with them, and that we just trade every day all together. So that's the idea. So enough talking, let's actually get on the chart. It will be this one right here, and take a look at this trade. Okay guys, so we are now on my chart. Let's take a look at this GBPUSD trade. So as always, I will show you guys everything about the trade. So the overall view of the market, the analysis, what I was expecting, the entry, the risk, the target, and all of that. So let's actually start with the daily time frame. So on the daily, what we can see on GBPUSD, and this is the same thing for all of the GBP pairs, but in the last few weeks, we actually got a pretty strong down move right here. Now, there are many different possibilities of how all of this here could develop on the long term. So I will not go into all of that, but there are many different ways that it could develop. We could either see a lot more upside, or we could also see more downside, depending on what structure forms on the lower time frame. So if we actually look more closely into what we have, you will see that we got the down move right here, which was a very strong down move. Now, at one point, we knew that this down move would have to correct itself, right? That is basically the nature of the market. Nothing goes up or nothing goes down forever. That is a very basic rule of how the market moves, but that's actually what it does. So we knew that this eventually would have to make at least a pullback. Now, this is my trade actually took place within this pullback. Keep in mind that this pullback could also turn out to be a reversal. As of now, we don't know that as yet, but it is also a possibility by looking at what we have right now. So I was expecting upside eventually. Now, when we go on the lower time frame, let's look at it on the 4 hour. You see that on the 4 hour, we got a pattern here, we got one more down, we got one up here, and then we started going down, but very slowly, right? We will see that even better if we look at it on the 1 hour. But on the 1 hour, as you can see, we made an impulse, a correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, right? So every time that we made basically a correction, we always started another impulse after the end of, another correction after the end of the impulse, right? So it was going down here, but very, very slowly. Now, what I noticed in the structure is that this was probably not enough, and that eventually we would get one more. Now, I'll not go into details of why that is and why this was not enough. There is a very specific reason for that, but this is reserved for the course. So this was not enough. It was clearly not enough considering the structure that we had on the higher time frame to confirm a long-term downside. So we knew that this piece right here, because of the way that it was forming and also because of this piece right here, was not a long-term downside. Because of that, I started looking for an upside to come back around those levels right here. So that was basically the idea behind the trade. Now, as you can see, we had a very nice move here. We got this pattern right there. And so when we broke out of the pattern, I decided to take the trade here on the lower time frame because I had a very nice setup to buy. Obviously, I did not take the trade just because we broke a certain level or whatever. That's not the idea. The idea is to look at the patterns that we have and see if it's actually a pattern that is showing us more upside or more downside potential. So this is where I took the trade. My risk was calculated to those levels. Now, as you guys know, I've already covered this in other trade breakdown videos. So if you want, you can go back and watch those videos. But I don't use a stop loss anymore on my trade. I don't use any take profit and any stop loss. Everything is manual. Once again, there is a very specific reason why that is, but that is a lot deeper even than for a lot of the new students, for example, that I have. This is a very advanced thing that I've developed myself. As you guys know, well, pretty much like I would say like 98% of traders use stop loss, and I don't. So that's why I'm saying that it's not like the most common thing that you see, but that is something that I do, and it works very, very, very well for me. So anyway, let's actually come back to the chart. So that was the entry. My risk was calculated to those levels. It dropped below those levels, but I don't really care because, as I said, I don't have any stop loss, and I knew when I took this trade that it could actually drop to those levels, right? Because keep in mind what we had got before, right? Every time that we make a correction, we make one more down, but eventually I knew that this would go back up. So I was not really surprised when I woke up the next morning and we were around here. This did not really scare me at all, and I just kept the trade because I knew that eventually we would need to make one more up, and this is exactly what happened after that. So that was my entry. My risk was to this level, and I had a target basically somewhere around this area right here, depending on what pattern the market was going to make. So after that, well, we just started the upside very slowly as well. This is very similar than this piece right here. So you see that we have an impulse, we have a correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, right? So every time that we make an impulse, we make another correction. And so I decided to take my profit earlier this morning around those levels right here. So this is where I got out. This is where I got in, right? First of all, this is where I got in. My risk was to this level, and this is where I got out. So that was a very, very good trade, as you guys can see now on the chart. The reason why I got out of the trade, well, obviously there is more than just one reason, but the main reason is because we don't have a confirmation of what we are getting on this pair on the higher time frame. Because this could either be the start of a reversal, it's not impossible, or it could also be simply eventually the continuation to the downside. And those two possibilities still exist, and I think that we are at a point now where we will know very, very soon which one of those two will actually play out. Now, the last thing I want to say about this trade, and it also touches all of the trades breakdown videos that I do. Keep in mind that I'm making it seem more simple than it is. right? It's not that easy. Like, you know, trading is not just putting few lines and, you know, just taking trades here and there. Like, it's a lot more complex. There is a lot of things to know and to take in consideration before being able to take trades. As I said, those videos are there for helping as many people as possible, and also getting in the new traders for them to have a good starting point and to know overall what to look for on the market. That's really the goal. So of course I don't talk about everything that you guys see on the charts, and that is perfectly normal, and there is a lot more to it than what I can even show in those videos, because obviously the course goes for very long, right? Like, if you guys know anything about Reversal Master, as I'm recording this video, there are over, I think, 62 hours of educational content in the course, right? And this is just one part of the course. So of course there's a lot more content to it than, you know, what it is in those videos. So that's, you know, just to give you some context and to put some perspective on those videos. But I think that it's very key as well to watch those trade breakdowns, because it always, I think, can give you guys a very good overall understanding of how we look at charts and how we anticipate the next movements and how I take my trades. So that was pretty much it for this trade breakdown. We saw the overall view of the market, what I was expecting to happen, the entry, the risk, and the target. So that was the trade breakdown for GBPUSD. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I hope that you like it with the new setup. I absolutely love working here. I mean, it's just amazing. I still cannot believe that this is real. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching once again. If this video helped you, please share it around. I would truly appreciate it, and that way, well, maybe that more people will be able to find value in those videos and, you know, just improve their trading in general. So on that, thank you so much once again. Take care, trade with care, manage your money well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.